बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने बिल्कुल रेवोल्यूशनरी चर्चा की है एंड बहुत ही सच को आपने बिल्कुल सामने लाया है। और जगी, आई एम कमिंग टू यू विद दिस assertion of which Omendraji has done is that unless and until you attend to the social issues, religious issues, the way India is being destroyed by insistence, अब जैसे उन्होंने कहा, बहुत सही बात कही उन्होंने हलाल वाली बात, वो इतना स्टैब्लिश हो गया है वर्ल्ड ओवर। मैं इसी बात को कहना चाहता हूँ कि हमारा धर्म, हमारी जो प्रैक्टिसेस हैं वो और साइंटिफिक बेस्ड है, लेकिन कोई और दूसरी अपनी कहानी सुनाया जा रहा है। Our enemy or those who are haters or who are detractors, they are far more planned, far more thought out in their strategic implementation than we are. ये जो हम राम भरोसे वाली कहानी है या यू नो जुगाड़ में करके नहीं चलेगा। This particular thing has to happen at grassroots level and as well as the top level. वो डिमांड और सप्लाई की जो कहानी है, unless until people demand, why would anybody bother to supply? So, it's a very powerful thought process which has come about that you cannot just own the food channel if the food channel is owned by somebody else. How do we address that? How do we go from here, knowing what we know now?
Yeah, it's not an easy question to answer, but I think you have to first educate society and say, this is what is happening. Power has slipped out of your hands, you're not even aware of it. Stop talking about many of these things. The problem actually is a more fundamental one. I think Karl Popper had raised the question: how tolerant can the tolerant be of the intolerant? So the problem is intolerance always wins because the tolerant guy is tolerant. He says, "Aap kuch boliye, I am not going to oppose you," because tolerance means I accept what you're saying. But he says there is a limit, and we are actually rapidly approaching that limit. We are allowing two sets of intolerances to grab hold of us, and they are dramatically changing the face of India. In Andhra, certainly 25% conversion has taken place, but the official records still show 2%, so which is ridiculous, which means there's a whole lot of crypto converts who are not being shown. I think I think these facts are slowly coming to light, and people are just gradually. Unfortunately, we are waking up very, very slowly, and I think we need. I think apart from Dharmansh, I think we need to get much more into the data and media space, because even proper information is not being made available. For example, if you say, okay, there are only 2% Christians in India, when that number is completely fake, then how, on what basis can you even Hindus say, oh, there are only 2%? Why are we worried about 2%? He will keep saying. I mean, our Hindus find 100 reasons why they should not act. So that is the whole problem. So I think we need to get information, data. Today, for example, there are a lot of cases of this love jihad, but nobody wants to even collect the data in a way, in a sensible way, where you show that this exists. I mean, this comes because of a certain way of looking up in Islam, where I think they believe that this is the way demographic change is the way they are going to conquer the world. That is what they are doing. And whether they're chipping away at 1%, I mean, uh, so their strategy is very long term. Our strategy, unfortunately, is very short term oriented. We want to see how can my son get admission in Harvard. We want to think that how are you, my fellow going to get a job with something like that. We are not thinking long term at all about our structure and things like that. I think first we need to have the data, the information, we need to make it available to many people. For example, we're not even able to tell our girl children that what happens when you do an interfaith marriage. The first thing you do a nikah, that means you already become a Muslim, and you think it is just a ceremony, whereas it is not. It basically means a total conversion before you get married. It's not an interfaith marriage anymore. So we don't even educate our people on basics like this. And then the West, of course, has a very strong narrative saying, oh, how can you stop a woman from loving who she wants and things like that. And they think it's all about patriarchy. The real patriarchy is on the other side, which is now claiming that this is how this is this thing. So I think there's a hell of a lot of education to be done, for which we need information, data accumulated properly. We need to rewrite history. I mean, it's the work of a decade or two at least, and I don't see this change happening very fast because Hindus are taking a very long time to realize this. The process has begun, but it's nowhere near a mass, thing. I think we have to emphasize a lot on this. Apart from the Dharmansh part, I'm saying we need to put in even 10, 15 crores a year on sheerly educating the population on what they're up against. That part of it is very, very important. Then the Dharmansh will happen naturally, because as long as people think that it is some donation to maybe keep some Gaushala in place, they are not going to do. Once they realize what is at stake, that will come only from education, data, information. That dissemination needs to happen very powerfully in our community. Then I think Dharmansh will automatically get its 100 crores without any problem.